Imagine inspiring a friend so much that they would crash a plane to try to save your life. That's just one of many things to know about this guy, Jesse Brown of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, the first black pilot for the U.S. Navy. Born into an impoverished family in Hattiesburg in 1926, Jesse quickly learned never to let his situation determine his goals. He was greatly inspired by his father, who provided for the family throughout the Great Depression, taking jobs in a turpentine factory and eventually working as a sharecropper. And his 5 kids, who all shared one bed, were expected to work just as hard. His parents insisted on completing all school assignments and perfect attendance. They were also expected to sing in their church choir and to help their father in the fields whenever they had the time. And at 6 years old, Jesse discovered his true calling. During a rare break, his father took him to a nearby air show, inspiring a lifelong love of aviation. In fact, mechanics from a nearby airfield often had to chase a young Jesse away when his curiosity got to be too much. He read everything he could find about black pilots. In fact, he even wrote a letter as a teenager to FDR, insisting on better representation for black pilots in the military. And he got a response. He paid his way to attend Ohio State University, despite the fact that fewer than 10 black students had ever graduated from there. But he insisted on following in the footsteps of his role model, Jesse Owens. And despite being denied access into the aviation program there, he still pursued his dream, finding another way in: the Naval Reserve Officer Training Program. He joined despite the objections of recruiters, becoming one of just 14 black men in the program of over 6,000. He excelled, and when he finally finished his training, his name was published nationally as the man and the naval officer who had broken the color barrier of naval aviation. As a pilot, his skills and personality quickly earned him the love and admiration of his fellow pilots. And those bonds were soon put to the test when war exploded across Korea. During that time, they flew over 20 missions in Korea, attacking supply lines, communication centers, and enemy bases. His final flight, however, took off on December 4th, 1950, as he and 5 other planes left their carrier to go rescue a group of trapped Marines. It was a mission through harsh wintry conditions and almost zero visibility, and at some point during the mission, small arms fire ripped a hole in Brown's fuselage, forcing him to crash land in a valley. He managed to survive, but he was pinned underneath the burning wreckage, with Chinese soldiers in the snow in all directions. A rescue chopper left from the carrier to come help, but the other pilots could see enough flame and smoke around the wreckage to know that it wouldn't reach him in time. Desperate to save his friend, another pilot, Thomas Hudner, intentionally crashed his own plane in order to reach Brown in time. He used snow to try to keep the flames of the plane at bay while digging with his bare hands to try to free his friend. Hudner managed to keep him alive until the rescue chopper arrived, but after 45 minutes of hacking away at the burning wreckage with an axe, they weren't able to free him in time. You see, Jesse Brown wasn't just the first black pilot to fly for the Navy. He was also the first black naval officer to die in the Korean War. Hudner later said of him, "He died in the wreckage of his plane. With courage and unfathomable dignity, he willingly gave his life to tear down barriers to freedom of others." He was memorialized by his shipmates as a Christian soldier, a gentleman, a shipmate, and a friend. His courage and faith, they said, shone like a beacon for all to see. Later, the Navy commissioned the USS Jesse L. Brown in his honor, and his legacy went on to inspire hundreds more, including a man who was the first black aviator for the Marine Corps and who became the first black general of the Marine Corps. And in 2022, the movie Devotion shared his story with the world. The story of a loving husband, a great pilot, and an even greater man, Hattiesburg's Jesse Brown.